Hello, welcome to class 838. Wow. We have a tendency to progress. We're progressing, we're advancing, we're getting better. 838, 2 more paragraphs on gain fluency, and then we'll continue with grammar. All right, page 22, the next to last paragraph. Not the last, no el último, sino el penúltimo. ¿Cómo se dice sino? Not the last, but the next to last. All right, paragraph number 149. You're making too many mistakes. Be more careful when you're operating the machine. It's not a delicate machine, but you need to go more slowly as you learn to operate it. Yeah. You're going too fast. You're making too many mistakes. You're making too many mistakes. You are making too many mistakes. Be more careful, okay? Be more careful when you're operating the machine. Es una máquina herramienta. Es un centro mecanizado de control numérico. La máquina. Be careful. You're making too many mistakes. Yeah. You need to be more careful when you're operating the machine. Hacer funcionar una máquina es to operar una máquina, to operate. You need, be more careful when you're operating the machine. You're making too many mistakes. Be more careful when you're operating the machine. It's not a delicate machine. Delicado no es. No, la máquina, no es una máquina delicada, no. Es robusta. Sin embargo, pero it's not a delicate machine, but you need to go more slowly as you learn to operate it. Conforme vas aprendiendo a operar la máquina, a hacer funcionar la máquina. So the worker is new with this machine, and it's not a delicate machine necessarily. I mean, it's a strong machine, but the operator is apparently going too fast. He says you need to go more slowly. You need to go more slowly a medida que vas aprendiendo. As you learn, conforme aprendes, as you learn to operate it. Yes, you're making too many mistakes. You're making too many mistakes. You're making too many mistakes. Be more careful when you're operating the machine. Be more careful when you're operating the machine. It's not a delicate machine, but you need to go more slowly as you learn to operate it. All right. Es el capataz con el operario. You need to go more slowly as you learn to operate it. Okay. And finally, at the bottom, paragraph number 150. Reciting short conversations is a good way to gain fluency in a foreign language. Reciting short conversations is a good way to gain fluency. To gain fluency. Yes. In a foreign language. Once you've mastered the basics, then it's only a question of repeating them aloud over and over again. Over and over again. I'm going to over again. Over and over again. Una canción. That's from the 1960s. Recitar. Reciting short conversations is a good way to gain fluency in a foreign language. No me lo digas a mí. Don't tell me. I'm the super expert in this. Reciting. To recite is recitar. To recite. Escrito recite. Reciting short conversations. No? Short conversations or micro paragraphs is a good way to gain fluency in a foreign language. Once you've mastered the basics, los básicos, bueno, la base. Physics. Basic es una palabra griega, no latina, originalmente. La física es physics, con CS al final. La mecánica es mechanics. La balística es ballistics. La dinámica es the dynamics. La acústica, the acoustics. Y la básica, o sea, la base, lo básico, o sea, la básica, la física, la química, etc. The basics. Se usa mucho en inglés, the basics. Hay que dominar la base. You have to master the basics. Una vez que hayas dominado la base, o lo básico. Once, escrito 11. Once, una vez. Twice, 3 times. Once you've mastered. So once tiene 2 significados. Una vez, lo hice una vez. I did it once. Y otra aplicación. Una vez hayas hecho esto. Once you've mastered the basics, then it's only a question of repeating them, o sea, los básicos, es plural, the basics, aloud en voz alta, una y otra vez, over and over again, over and over again. This is true. I mean, paragraph 150 is the essence of this book. It's the essence of this book. Reciting short conversations is a good way to gain fluency in a foreign language. Once you've mastered the basics, then it's only a question of repeating them aloud, aloud, para tus adentros no vale, aloud, over and over again, over and over again. Yes, over and over again. I had a coffee in October, last October, with a doctor. And he had this book, and he had completed about 70 pages in the book, following the instructions. And he told me, he said, my favorite paragraph is 202. I said, wow, well, what was that? 202, paragraph 202. It's filosófico. It's a philosophical paragraph. Paragraph 202, if you have the book, if you bought the book, paragraph number 202 is a bit philosophical about my life. And he thought it was an interesting paragraph, 202. But we're not 202. This is paragraph 150, which is also very important because it's the essence of this book. Reciting short conversations is a good way to gain fluency in a foreign language. Once you've mastered the basics, then it's only a question of repeating them aloud over and over again. Over and over and over again. She's the girl for me. Over and over and over again. She's the one for me. Lo que hago por ellos. Más allá del sentido de la llamada del deber, decimos en inglés. Beyond the call of duty. Beyond the call of duty. All right, here's where we start in the next class, the next time. Okay. Grammar, my friend, grammar. Yes. Grammar. This book is very good. This is a very good book. This para referencia y estudio. It's very, very good. Para la parte teórica. Para entender el por qué y cómo. Okay. It's very, very good. So, I'm going to do number 76, page 342. Wow. Page 342. Yeah. But I don't need to open it. Page, it's as many as much as. I don't have as many bank accounts as, who's the richest person in the world? Elon Musk? Elon Musk. Yeah. I don't have as much money as Elon Musk. I don't have as many bank accounts as Elon Musk. Probably I don't have as many problems as Elon Musk. But Elon Musk doesn't have as many children as I do. Creo. I don't know if he has any children. And definitely, y sin duda, definitely, Elon Musk doesn't have as many grandchildren as I do. I have 3 granddaughters. Yeah. And Elon Musk probably right now, at this moment, doesn't have as many pencils as I do. I have 20 pencils on my table. Does Elon Musk have 20 pencils on his desk right now? Probably not. So he doesn't have as many as I do. But I don't have as much money as he does. He has more money than I do. I don't have as much money as he does, and he doesn't have as much. He has more money than I do. There isn't as much sunlight in Norway as in Spain. There aren't as many people in Norway as in Spain. There isn't as much olive oil in Norway as in Spain. But there isn't as much oil, petróleo, in Spain as in Norway. There aren't as many flamenco dancers in Norway as in Spain. But there isn't as much, ¿cómo se dice? Yeah, salmón ahumado, smoked salmon. There isn't as much smoked salmon in Spain as in Norway. But there aren't as many torreznos, in Norway as in Spain. And there aren't as many English teachers in Norway as in Spain. And there isn't as much, there isn't as much sand, arena. There isn't as much sand in Norway as in Spain. Yes. There isn't as much fertilizer in Spain as in Norway. Fertilizante, Norsk Hydro, is, I think, the #1 company in the world in fertilizer. All right. So, and look, Saudi Arabia and Spain. The capital of Spain is Madrid. The capital of Saudi Arabia is Riyadh. Now, there aren't as many people in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There aren't as many camels in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. There aren't as many belly dancers in Spain, the baile del vientre. There aren't as many belly dancers in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. However, there aren't as many flamenco dancers in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. All right. And there aren't as many, there isn't as much oil in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. But there isn't as much olive oil in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There aren't as many factories in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There isn't as much rainfall. Pluviosidad. Rainfall is caída de lluvia. We say rainfall, say precipitación. There isn't as much rainfall in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There aren't as many trees in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There aren't as many English teachers like me in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. Yes, there aren't as many cars in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. But there isn't as much money in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is very rich. There aren't as many sheiks in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. Sheiks? Jeques. Hay más jeques ahí que aquí. Yeah. There aren't as many sheiks in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. There isn't as much, I'm not sure. Línea costera. Maybe more in Spain, it depends. I don't know, it's 50-50. All right, but there aren't as many tourist resorts. There aren't as many tourist resorts in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. In Spain, there are many tourist resorts. You have Marbella, you have Benidorm, you have, Benicassim, you have La Costa Brava, there are a lot of tourists. You have in Mallorca, Ibiza, and Formentera, and in Menorca, and in the Canary Islands, there are a lot of tourist resorts. You have Benalmádena, you have Soto Grande, you have Torremolinos. These are tourist resorts, place where people go. All right. There aren't as many tourist resorts in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. There isn't as much sunlight in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. There's a lot of sunlight in Spain, mucha luz solar, but not as much as in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and there aren't as many Beduinos. There aren't as many Bedouins in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. In fact, there aren't any well, yes, probably. A Bedouin is a certain ethnic group from the Arabian Peninsula. All right. There aren't as many forest fires, incendios forestales, yeah. There aren't as many forest fires in Saudi Arabia as in Spain. Saudi Arabia doesn't have a problem with forest fires because they don't have any trees. They don't have any trees. There aren't as many tents in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. Tents? Yeah. Tiendas de campaña y carpas. There are more in Saudi Arabia. There aren't as many in Spain as in Saudi Arabia. Now, the United States and Spain. All right. There aren't as many people in Spain as in the United States. There isn't as much oil in Spain as in the United States. But there isn't as much olive oil in the United States as in Spain. Spain is the #1 producer of olive oil in the world. About 40% of all of the olive oil in the world is produced in Spain. It's very, very important. It's #1. And there aren't as many windmills in the United States as in Spain. Molinos de viento. Bueno, it depends on your definition of a windmill. There aren't as many simple windmills in Spain as in the United States. Una pequeña torre con... There are a lot. In Texas, there are a lot of windmills. Little windmills. Simple, rudimentary windmills. But there aren't as many windmills like Don Quixote's windmills in the United States as in Spain. There are more in Spain. You know, in Consuegra or in Campo del Criptana or near Alcázar San Juan, there are a lot of windmills. Los gigantes, esos, yeah. They look like, sí, parecen gigantes de lejos, ¿no? They look like giants. I understand Don Quixote's confusion. I understand it perfectly. When you look at the windmills from a distance, they look like giants, okay? And so, you need to keep your lance and your spear ready. So there aren't as many politicians. Bueno, esto es interesante. There aren't as many politicians in Washington as in Madrid. ¿Cómo? No. There aren't as many. There are more politicians in Madrid than in Washington. Yeah. No. In Congress, in Washington, there are two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. And in Madrid, we have el Congreso de Diputados y el Senado. Okay, fine. Now, in the House of Representatives in Washington, there are 435 members. Okay, 435 members. In the Parliament in Madrid, there are, I think, 360, más o menos, but I'm not sure. So there aren't as many congressmen, congresistas, llamamos así, in Madrid than in Washington. However, in the Senate in the United States, there are 100 senators only. 2 for every state, 100 senators. But in Spain, there are about 260 or 250 senators. So there aren't as many senators in the United States as in Spain. And I think in all, there aren't as many politicians in the legislative branch as in Spain. It's very popular to be a politician in Spain. All right. Does Spain need 250 senators? I wonder. Se dice I wonder. Me pregunto eso. Yeah. I wonder if it's necessary to have 250 senators in a country of 47 million people. In the United States, there are 330 million people and only 100 senators. In Texas, in the state of Texas, there's a House of Representatives and a Senate. But they meet only every other year. And they don't receive a salary. They don't receive a salary. They receive a per diem. Sí, reciben dietas. But it's interesting because if you go to the capital, the Capitolio de Texas, the Senate and the House of Representatives is normally empty because they're not working and they're not receiving any pay. It's basically a voluntary program. Yes, if you want to be a politician and serve the public service, it's a voluntary question. It's a voluntary question. All right, but in any case, as many as much as. I don't have as many problems as Marta. Because Marta has a husband and a little boy and 2 jobs. A job here and a job at home as a photographer, a special photographer for children's photography, artistic children's photography. So she has more problems than I do. I'm retired. Estoy jubilado, semi-jubilado. I'm semi-retired. So I don't have any problems. I don't have as many problems as she does. Yes, but probably she doesn't have as much money as I do because I'm old and I have been able to accumulate many years of making money. She's in the process of accumulating. So probably she doesn't have as much money as I do. But I don't have as many problems. She has less money and more problems. Poor thing. Yeah, me, I have more money and fewer problems. I don't have as many problems as you, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have as many cars as you do. Really. No tengo tantos coches como tú. Tú solo tienes uno, pues yo tengo 0. I don't have any cars. I sold my car. I use public transport now, or I will simply walk. Yeah. So I don't have as many cars as you do. I don't have as many problems, probably, as you do. And I don't have I have 2 children. How many do you have? You have 3. Well, I don't have as many children as you do. She has 1. So she doesn't have as many children as I do. Yeah. Yes. I don't have as much money as the King of Spain. I don't have as much money as the Rockefeller family. I don't have as much money as Elon Musk. I don't have as much money as Jeff Bezos. But I don't have as many problems, probably, as Jeff Bezos. Yeah, when you're so rich, you have a lot of potential problems. As many as much as. As many as much as. There aren't as many people in Spain as in Italy. But there isn't as much olive oil in Italy as in Spain. There aren't as many people in Greece as in Spain. Spain is one of the biggest countries in Europe. The biggest country in Europe in population is Russia. Russia, the European part of Russia, is about 110 million people. The second biggest country in population is Germany. But there aren't as many people in Germany as in Russia. There are about 82 million people in Germany. Now, Spain is number 5 or number 6. Yeah. Because Turkey, most of Turkey is in Asia, not in Europe, so it doesn't count. Okay, there aren't as many people in Spain as in France. Well, as in Russia. There aren't as many people in Spain as in Germany. There aren't as many people in Spain as in France. There aren't as many people in Spain as in the UK, the United Kingdom. And finally, there aren't as many people in Spain as in Italy, which means Spain is number 6. There's another country, Ukraine. I don't remember the population of Ukraine. What's the population of Ukraine, Marta? You know, Marta doesn't know. Marta doesn't know the population of Ukraine. I think the population of Ukraine is about 50 million, 45 million, but I'm not sure. Voy a quitar el airplane mode un momento. Ukraine, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Ukraine, no? Ukraine. And we'll find out the population. Let's see, Ukraine. Population. Are you ready? Drum roll. Redoble, ¿no? Drum de tambor. Roll, como rollo, Drum roll. The population. Come on. The population. GDP, no. Population. 33 millones. Okay, so Ukraine is not as big as Spain. See you tomorrow.